Today we're going to talk about the Six of Pentacles, which is a beautiful card to represent this season. Hello and welcome back to Tarot Tuesday. Six of Pentacles is part of the Minor Arcana, part of the Pentacles suit, which as we know is represented by the earth element, and it also represents any of the material gains that we receive within our physical life and our physical existence. This card is a beautiful representation of how what we have can define who we are. If we break down the artwork within this card, what you see is a man who clearly has some wealth as he's wearing a fur-lined robe. He's giving of his own pocket to two beggars who kneel at his feet. He's also holding scales in his left hand, and you can also see his castle in the background. What's interesting about this card is the focus of the card itself. When this shows up in a reading, your sitter can be represented by the man in the center who has abundance, who is giving to others, but your sitter could also be represented by the beggars that are on the ground. So this card really does need to be read in context of all of the cards around it to understand what the real energy is that needs to come through. But either way, the scales themselves represent the true symbol within this card to understand what the meaning is. Scales can mean finding balance. Scales can also mean justice, as we also see them in the legal system, which is a sign of being fair, of being equal. So when we look at this card, while the man in the center is being very, very generous, what this also implies is that he's not giving too much to the people that are in need. He's not giving so much of himself that he finds himself in a state of lack. He's also not giving those that need so much that they can't help for themselves as well. So this card is really about both giving and receiving. This card also represents charity as well. This man doesn't need to give of his own pocket, but he freely is. He's willingly doing so. Why is he doing so? Well, the implication is that the man that's in this card has been through hard times himself, and he knows what it's like when you don't have what you need, and he wants to give to those who simply just can't provide for themselves because he's been there and he knows. He also knows that he has found his way into a life of abundance that he's not willing to let go of, and that's where that balance comes as well. He wants the two beggars at his feet to be able to find that abundance themselves. So he gives them what they need for now, but he doesn't overgift so that they don't do for themselves in the future. Reverse this card can mean that there's a lack of balance. There's a lack of equality, lack of fairness. So perhaps you are giving far too much of yourself, or perhaps you are taking a bit too much from somebody else. I hope you've enjoyed this Tarot Tuesday, and we will see you next time.